All right, so how do you keep your house clean when you work full time? This is like one of those mysteries of the universe that nobody knows how to solve, but today I'm giving you the code. Yes, I am. I've got 5 strategies that you can use starting today, literally today, to help you successfully manage your home, find that work-life integration that you need so things just really make sense. With that being said, if this is your first time here, I'm Victoria Alexander, the face behind the Clean Cure, and I help stressed out professionals with messy homes and chaotic lives get their ish together. So if you need more of that in your life, I definitely invite you to subscribe to the channel. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. To subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. And with that, let's just go ahead and dive into this one so that you can get what you need and get out. All right. So how to keep your house clean with, oh, does it with kids? Yikes. I just did a video like that. We'll talk about that one too. But how to keep your house clean when you work a full-time job. Strategy number 1, and that is know the difference between what must be done today versus what can be done on the weekend. Okay, that's a big one, guys. It's priorities. So this is going to help you really think about the things that matter, okay? You ever get home and there's just so much to do, so you just don't know where to start and you end up doing something, but realize, there was no point in doing that, right? It didn't help the situation whatsoever. That's where this comes into play. So imagine you have a restaurant, okay, and it's an hour until opening time. And so you've got lots to do, right? So you need to warm up the grease, you need to get the silverware washed and rolled up, you need to get the veggies chopped up for the salads and all this stuff, right? These are things that are going to help you successfully deliver lunch to this lunchtime crowd. But let's say that you, on your way to the grease fryer thing, I've never worked in the kitchen, so I don't know what you call this stuff. But anyway, on your way to warm up the grease, you notice that the plants by the window are dusty, right? So you're like, oh, I gotta dust the plants too. So you drop the grease, grab a towel, and your spray, whatever, and you start dusting the dead plants along the wall. And so it's like, wow, okay, you're right. The plants are dusty. They were terrible. But do you really think in the grand scheme of things, based on like what's going on here, that dusting the plants is what you should have been doing? With everything else going on, no, you should not be dusting the plants. So same thing at home, right? Yeah, I'm sure you walk through the door, you see the dust that's building up on the coffee table, and you see the dishes that are piled up in the sink. And I can guarantee you every time the dishes are always the priority, like every single time. Literally every time. The dusty plants will never be the priority. Dusty plants are something that you get to, when everything else is good to go. So I did want to make sure I go over with you what are some of those high priority tasks, right? The ones that you should always focus on. Like these are mission critical, and I mean on a daily basis, not things like dusting, not even vacuuming, at least not, like every single day. But here are the high priority tasks that should always be top of the list when you come home, or when you're cleaning, or we'll even say the things that you want to keep under control no matter what. All right, those would be washing the dishes, putting away the dishes. That would be laundry, washing the laundry, putting it away somewhat, not as much, more so washing the laundry, keeping things washed and moving. That's a big deal. Next would be trash, making sure you're gathering trash up from around the house, especially kitchens, bathrooms, things laying around. Like, we can't live like that. Nope, nope, nope. You gotta get that trash up. Next would be toilets. People never really talk about it, but when you let your toilets go, they really, produce these odors that can take over the entire house, and you don't need that either. So definitely the toilets, they're super easy to clean. You know, grab the brush, spread the stuff, swish, 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 you're done. If you've got kids peeing all over the place like me, yeah, you wipe it up. But again, it literally takes 10 seconds to clean that and makes a huge deal. All right. And then last, I have bathroom counters. That's a new one I added to my list, but it's one of those things where if the bathroom counter is cluttered or really messy, it just seems to slow things down, and give us issues in the morning. So again, that list of priority tasks Okay, priority tasks. When you work full time, these are the things that should always be top of the list. That would be the dishes, laundry, trash, toilets, and your bathroom counters. All right, so let's move on to number two, how to keep your house clean when you work a full-time job. Strategy number two, protect your time. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Miss Yes or Mr. Yes Man. Is that the movie with Jim Carrey? Yes, the Yes Man. Yeah. Anyway, you're complaining that you don't have enough time to clean the house, but I promise you, you actually do have more time than you realize. You're just giving it away to things that you may not be noticing, right? So it could be as simple as, if you know you're a chatty patty, right? Like I can be a chatty patty sometimes. So I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but I can't talk about, okay, I don't have time to, do this over here when I know the minute someone calls me on the phone, like I'm the person, they probably say goodbye 5 times and I start a new conversation each time they say bye. Like, yeah, I'm that girl. Don't call me. Text me. I'm a much better texter. But with that being said, here's the example that I want you to place in your mind, which is that think about someone that's very successful, like any of the sharks from Shark Tank or Jeff Bezos or Beyonce or Rihanna, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Who else I'd be crushing on? Thor. Yeah, let's think about Thor. So when you ask any of these guys or gals, hey, I've got a potluck going on. Can you come over and, cook a meatloaf for me and da 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 da? They're not just going to say yes to me just because I'm Victoria, okay? Um, what they're going to say to me or to anyone, they're always going to give one of two answers, okay? And it's never, ever, ever a yes, all right? They never, ever, ever give a yes. They are always either going to say no, no, I cannot do it, or they'll say, I'll check my schedule and I'll get back to you. Those are the only two answers. And I say those are the only two responses that you should have as well when people are coming to you, or when you're even thinking about, hey, should I take this on or should I do whatever? The answer should always at first be a no. Or like I said, I will check my schedule and get back to you. Okay? It's a lot easier to turn a no into a yes than it is to turn a yes into a no. It's one of the wisest things I think my dad ever taught me, and I did not use that when I probably definitely should have. I'm thinking about a couple of relationships there. But anyway, we won't go down that rabbit hole. Let me make sure I don't miss anything here that I wanted to share with you about this one. All right, so what I need for you to do is start scheduling things and time blocking so that you can actually see, how much time you have, and you can truly make time, right? When you do give a yes, it's a good yes that you can feel comfortable about and not feel like you had to shove things off your plate that were actually important to you, or maybe you had other, prior commitments and whatnot. You can still honor those. So it's really just about helping you to manage your time better, manage yourself better, and have a little respect for yourself. Okay, like don't let people just walk up to you and just take all your time. They're asking you to do something so that they can do what they want to do. Okay, so they're protecting their time pretty much by asking you to do the thing that they don't want to do. All right, so be a superhero, save your time, protect your time, schedule things, time block, say no, or I will check my schedule and get back to you later. All right, that's a softer no. All right, so let me see. Let's move on to tip number 3. Stop protecting the people in your house from chores. Like, I don't know how many people I've come across that, yes, you're saying that you can't get the house together, but you've got 3 kids there and you're talking about how active they are and how they've got all these activities that they have to do and they've got all this homework and blah, 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 blah. Guys, everybody has a lot to do. Okay, like you have a lot to do. The kids have a lot to do. And you're not doing them any favors by not having chores for them to do, if that makes sense. All right, so you should want your kids to do more than just do well in school. Okay, they need to do well in life. And part of that is, learning the skills of being a team player within the house, okay? Knowing that when you have a family and when you have a home, it's a job, all right? You're not going to be there and just always be taken care of by someone. So part of you equipping them for the world is making sure that they have things to do. They need to be a productive member of society, both inside and outside of your house. Okay. So, let me see if I have anything else. Yeah, if you're setting the expectation that you're going to take everything on, like everyone else's time, again, is too precious to spend it vacuuming or sweeping or putting dishes away, you are going to get that energy back. So when you're wondering why no one's helping you or why you're having such a hard time getting everyone on board to do chores and this and that, well, you've created the expectation and belief that everyone else is more important, or that the things that they have to do are more important than this. So, I guess lead with the end in mind, right? What do you want your legacy to be, the end result to be? Your kids, at the end of all this, what kind of adults do you want to be? Do you want them to be? Not in a like weird way where you're trying to force them to like relive your life, but I just mean in a positive, well-rounded way, right? Most of us want our kids to be well-rounded individuals and not wreak havoc on someone else's life by, moving in with another human being and then telling them after the wedding, like, yeah, I don't actually clean anything. Sorry I didn't tell you this beforehand, blah, blah, blah. So, anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. Stop protecting people from chores. That includes your partners too. We won't go off on a tangent on that one. I'm trying to keep this moving, but yeah, that includes your partners. All right. How to keep your house clean when you work a full-time job. Strategy number 4, take care of hangnails. So this is really about improving your life in any way that you can and doing it with a sense of urgency, right? Especially, like I said, when you're short on time, you have a lot to do. So this will help you create a spirit of doing and winning, which has a snowball effect on your confidence. And I know that's a weird word to insert into all of this, but in order for you to conduct yourself in the way that you need to so that you can manage all that's on your plate, it does take confidence because, like I said, it requires you to say no a whole lot more and it requires you to be sure of yourself. Okay. So this also requires you to take care of yourself so that you can be a winner. I don't know where that came from. All right. So what is a hangnail? It's really anything that can be handled quickly without a lot of money, without a lot of time, or even without, that much thought, and has a big enough impact though to improve your life. So it's worthwhile. And I got this, hold on one second. So I have to fix those little earbuds. Um, but sometimes, oh, I got this from, actual hangnails that we get on our nails, right? So it's like as soon as you get a hangnail, I mean, you can't ignore it, right? Like it's either there or it's not there. And once it's there, you can try to go about your day as if it's not there, but it creates so many issues and gets caught on all these things, and it starts to rip slowly and it hurts. And it's like not until you just deal with it is it actually done and over. And it's super easy to deal with, right? Either rip it off with your teeth, or if you're nasty like me, or clip your clip your nails. So that's the kind of the same approach you need to take when it comes to just stuff that is slowing you down or blocking you or draining you, within your life. So for me, the example that came to mind was that my kids, I have a tote that I keep all their hair products in. And so I was keeping it in the bathroom downstairs, and the man that I'm married to, he uses that bathroom. And so what happens is in the mornings, there's like a malfunction junction, so to speak, because by the time I come down and I'm ready to do the hair, he's in that bathroom. So we can't get the hair bucket, or of course, you have to knock and go around, blah, blah, blah. Basically, there's obstacles when there shouldn't be any, right? So it's like finally dawned on me, okay, move the hair bucket to where we actually use it so it's accessible in the mornings. Why didn't I think of that from the beginning? Basically, I was trying to put it in a spot that was cute, where it fit, but yeah, that just was not working. Nonetheless, moved it. Things are flowing so much smoother now. Oh, look for the hangnails in your life. It could be as simple as, let's say you have a garage and yet you live somewhere where you're getting ice and stuff on your windshield on the car and whatnot. Go ahead, clean out the garage or call someone to come haul all that stuff away so you can put your car in the garage and you don't have to worry about stuff like that, especially if this is really slowing you down in the morning or something that, just is one of your least favorite things to do or there's no one to do it for you. Is there any other examples of hangnails? Yes, handles on cabinets. Every morning, you're going to get the cereal, but you got to get a butter knife to like pry open that cabinet door. Go get a knob. Like, go to Home Depot, get a knob. I'll even give you my military discount. Go get a knob. All right. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to live like that. Take care of hangnails. All right. So let's go into the last one. This is a good one. All right, so how to keep your house clean when you work a full-time job. You need to respect the laws of the universe. Oh, yes. All right, so ice melts at 100 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. A 10-ounce cup of water can only hold 10 ounces of water. And so with that being said, you're walking around with a to-do list that is 10 miles long. What makes you think that you can actually do that to-do list? Like, what is this supposed to even be? And you're actually beating yourself up because you cannot do the to-do list that's 10 miles long that you never in a million years would ever actually be able to do anyways. Like, not even just because it's 10 miles long, but I mean, you haven't scheduled anything, you haven't prioritized anything, like you haven't distinguished the projects from, must-do things, from, wish list type items. You've got your shopping list mixed in there with the kids, graduation party that you're planning and you going back to school. Like, those are like very just wild things that you have on this to-do list. And like I said, you're discombobulated because you don't know how you're going to get it all done. That, my friend, is because you were never designed to work off of a to-do list like that and get it all done. Life doesn't work that way, all right? So, respecting the laws of the universe, it's really about respecting boundaries and limits and expectations and being realistic, all right? So it's not forcing yourself to do things you were created to do. It's not forcing a container to hold more than it was created to contain. It's not forcing your schedule to hold more than it could possibly ever hold, right? No matter what you do, there's only 24 hours in a day. You got to work with that, okay? You're not, what's his name from Marvel? I forgot him. He's cute too, though. The time guy. What is his name? Mr. Who? I don't know. Mr. Who are you? Who am I? All right, so be realistic about how much you can do in a day, as well as how many shoes can fit in your closet, about how many Amazon one-click purchases your account can handle. Everything has a limit. And when you keep pushing things to the limit, pushing yourself, everything around you, people around you, the only thing that's going to happen is something's going to give. Something will burst, break, crumble, fall apart, kaput, be finito. That's it, right? So, boundaries, okay? Expectations, be realistic. Everything has a limit. Operate with that in mind, all right? Now, let me go back over this list for you, starting from the top. This is our recap here. How to keep your house clean when you work a full-time job. Number one, always know the difference between what must be done today versus what can be done on the weekend. All right. Strategy number two, protect your time. Be bougie. All right. Stop being, a people pleaser. And yeah, just stop that. Number three, stop protecting people from chores. You're not doing anybody any favors. You're not a martyr. Number four, take care of hangnails, all right? And do it with a sense of urgency. Then number five, respect the laws of the universe. Everything has a boundary, a limit. And again, this is about being, realistic about how you're approaching things. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I do have a bonus for you, but I'll need you to subscribe first, hit the like button as well. And here is your bonus tip. Don't let anyone tell you that taking time off to go clean your home or that cleaning on the weekend is a bad thing. All right. Sometimes people tell us things are bad or not normal or you shouldn't be doing this. And it's not true because it's kind of like, well, when else would you clean the house if it wasn't, on the weekend type thing, right? So get that out of your mind. Same as, like I said, taking time off to go and clean your home. It's like, what if I took time off to go to the spa? Everyone's going to celebrate me, right, for doing something like that. Or what if I took time off to go treat myself to a fancy restaurant or to go get my nails done? Again, everyone calls it self-care. These are celebrated things. So your home, to me, it's just an extension of you. So for anyone to think otherwise, that it's not, that this is just like some, I don't know, just a standalone issue that doesn't deserve much attention or your time, to me, that's just an unnatural way to think about home. I love my home. I want to take care of it. My home reflects me. That's how I feel. When my inner world is a mess, my outer world is definitely a mess. And when my outer world is a mess, my inner world is a mess. So this is just, me saying, give yourself permission to take care of you in a way that works for you. Okay, don't worry about anyone else's definitions of what you should be thinking that is appropriate or not. And again, and even with that being said, if you need to hire someone to come just to do the floors, plenty of cleaning services do it. I have a cleaning service. People ask us to do that all the time. Like, I think they're genius for that. They clean, they do the dishes, they make their beds, they wash the laundry, they take care of those mission critical things like we talked about. But they have someone else to come in just to do that heavy lifting, the mopping, the vacuuming, the dusting, the things that nobody wants to do. So anyway, with that, this is the video. We're done here. I hope you enjoyed it all. Again, like it. If you loved it, dislike it. If you hated it, in the comments, let me know which of those strategies really resonated with you, or which of those things were something new that, you just never really thought of, but, really rung some bells for you. With that being said, I really appreciate you watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Take care.